right, let's look up here for your journal. You're going to read the paragraph on the board, so just a couple sentences long, and you're going to answer these 3 questions. We started talking about viewpoint yesterday. Anybody remember, because we only talked about it for a few minutes, what was viewpoint? It's the author's something.
Actually.
Maybe even one, depending.
Maybe one word. Your opinion. Probably the best definition. It's the author's opinion.
So
what he thinks.
Your 3 questions are going to be, what is the topic of the paragraph? It does not have to be in a sentence form. Okay, so if you want to write 2, 3 words would be fine. 2, what is the author's viewpoint? So what's the author's opinion of the topic? And then support your viewpoint with a detail from the passage.
Okay, so now that we taught the lesson, let's kind of go through the rubric and let's see.
You want to start developing?
Yeah,
and then
let's see if we're developing, accomplished.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so start with instructional lead.
Okay, so it says some differentiating of content and students doing different levels of work.
I agree.
They were.
I mean, they had to do the same assignments, but in regards to the nursery rhymes.
The nursery rhymes, even though they look like they were randomly assigned, they were pretty strategic. So if we thought that the student was lower than some of the others, we gave them a kind of an easier one.
Yes.
So it was differentiated.
I agree with that.
It may not have been obvious, but it was. One teaching, one chiming in once in a while. I think we're better than that.
I think we were both, yeah, I don't think one was chiming in. I think we were both actually teaching the lesson. So why don't we move up to accomplished and see what, I mean, both leading instruction.
Yes,
I agree.
I think we did.
Inability to determine who was the gen ed or special ed. I mean, I think so.
I think I think it would be hard if you just walked in to tell who was who, that if I was IS or you were gen ed. So
comfortable with our roles, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were using UDL.
Yes.
And we talked about
differentiation in our lesson planning.
So let's do accomplished.
I think we're accomplished on this one.
All
So
right.
let's.
I'll write that down. All right, why don't we move to then responsibilities or accountability.
Okay.
Start developing. Some shared responsibilities. I mean, that's some. I don't know, like if I like the word some, I think we share most of our responsibilities. Let's look at instruction, definitely planning, assessing, and grading. Maybe that's something we could work on a little bit more.
Probably.
Accountable.
I think
for
we're
student
totally
learning.
accountable.
The only thing that I'm kind of hesitant about is using the extended standards. Maybe
Yes.
that's one thing that we could work on.
Probably.
But I say we go to accomplished, look at that, and if we need to move down to developing, we can.
Okay, high expectations for all students always. So I think
Definitely.
we expect them all to
And they know that.
complete the
They know that.
assignments.
They know
Yep.
what they need to do. Both accountable for and implementing accommodations.
Yes.
I say so. I mean, I think we both bring those, we're both accountable and we both bring in those accommodations when
I think
we need
grading,
to.
we've actually graded each other's classes before, so we know exactly what to expect when grading, so we're good for that one.
Behavior, classroom
Definitely we're on the
management.
same page with
We never
classroom
even
management.
have to talk about that one.
Not at all.
Attendance, being prepared.
We're always
since we've
prepared.
worked together for so long, I think being prepared is just something.
Well, neither one of us are the kind that come to work unprepared. We're freaks about that.
Yes,
so
we're both here early. We talk before the classes start. So
I don't know. I think I'm more leaning towards accomplished.
Accomplished?
Yeah, I
so
think
the only thing that's holding me back is the extended standards.
But I think that's just one thing out of many.
I agree.
And so
let's
I think
start with accomplished there.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with accomplished on that one.
Let's go then to expectations or commitment.
Okay.
Realistic expectations for all students. Shared behavior plan that addresses the IEP goals. What do you think?
I don't know. I think that that's probably, at least for me, because I am the intervention specialist since my first year, I'm probably a little weak on that as far as actually sharing with each
And it does say
student.
co-created. I don't think we are at that point yet where we're co-creating it.
No.
So I say we stay here at developing. Do you want to drop down to ineffective? But I don't think we're there.
I don't think
expectations not clearly.
No, I don't think we're ineffective. I think we do a good job with what we do.
So we just need to
but
add
we
on
could
a
be
little bit to
better.
it.
Yeah. Let's stay with developing on that one.
I agree with that.
Next one, communication. So let's again start with developing. Fairly consistent use of verbal cues.
I mean, I think we're good at that, but that's not something that was something we did overnight. That's something it takes
6 years.
It takes
We're in 7
time.
years
It
now
takes a little
to
bit of
get
time.
that. So, yeah, I think we're pretty good with verbal cues
I
because
agree.
I think we finish each other's sentences. We can tell when something's not going well.
Fairly consistent messages to the students.
Definitely. I think we're good on that.
Some evidence of confronting conflicts. I'm willing to address some changes. I think we talk about that pretty easily. If something's not going right,
I agree.
making changes, consistent communication kind of falls under that as well for instruction. Should we move up
Exactly.
then to accomplish and see what's
Let's go to accomplish.
trusting,
Oh, I'm sorry.
open, consistent use of nonverbal cues, consistent messages. That's all the same.
Manage conflicts.
I guess the only thing is the monthly planning calendar that's added to the accomplished side. Maybe that's something we should start doing. Or maybe Google Drive.
Yes, we're
Especially
working
since you've
towards
been out-
using to
Since
Google
you've been out a little bit,
Classroom.
maybe we should start using that.
Good idea.
But other than that, I say we're towards the accomplished
Yeah,
for that. Agree?
agreed.
Okay.
Okay, use of co-teaching models. Use a variety of models with limited use of one teach, one assist. We're definitely
Definitely not. I say
not
we-
developing. I think we're pretty accomplished. But let's just state, we didn't do this overnight.
No,
It
it's
took
something
us.
that takes a long time. You got to be comfortable with what you're teaching to be able to do this.
You do. You got to respect the other person's opinion and knowledge, and be able to give and take on what you want. I mean, I think
And it says
we do that.
flexibility of co-teaching models.
I think we're very
so, I mean, we don't always
flexible.
teach at the same time. Sometimes we might have
Sometimes
someone
we're
might have a
one
small
teach
group.
and one assist, and
Exactly.
sometimes it is me teaching
Exactly.
and you're assisting the students with IEPs.
It's whatever's the best for the
so,
students.
yeah, whatever works out for
At
the
that
day,
point.
and whatever.
Especially today, I mean, they needed both of us teaching and seeing the two different types of viewpoint. I mean, it
Agreed.
worked out perfectly. For
Agreed.
that. Student response?
So go to either teacher but role specific intervention versus content, and most students give some level of effort, engagement, and 11. So let's go to
I
either.
say-
I think they go.
To either one of us.
I think they view us as teachers,
I agree.
both of us,
I agree.
and I think they were very engaged today because I
Definitely.
really watch for that to see who's trying to sleep or.
And they were not at all.
No, they were
Not at
looking.
all.
All of them were looking right at us, and
Pretty good
seem
participation.
entertained by
And good
the.
participation. I mean,
And I didn't hear any moans or like, oh no. They seemed excited to break
Yes,
into their groups
exactly.
and get started with the
Exactly.
assignment. So I'm going to go accomplished with that.
yeah, both viewed equally. Go
Yeah.
to either teacher, fully
Yeah.
engaged, definitely. Okay. So it looks like then the one that we need to definitely focus on would be the expectations commitment part.
And the responsibility,
Responsibilities.
accountability, yes.
Okay. So we just have to make a plan for that then.
We'll have to make a
What we're gonna
plan
do.
for that. And I think some of that will resolve it as I get more comfortable in my role as an
I agree.
intervention specialist, because that's a big change going from working like directly side by side with
True.
you all the time, and then now coming in as a different role.
I agree.
So we're still working that out, and I think it'll get better.
Okay, sounds good.